Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the third annual Veteran of the Year's Award ceremony today. I'm Alexis McCrae. I'm an Air Force veteran and the chairwoman of the El Paso County Veterans Advisory Board and your master of ceremony this morning. The El Paso County Veterans Advisory Board is a 5-member body of veterans appointed by the El Paso County Judge and County Commissioners. The Veterans Advisory Board members represent each of the county's precincts. Today we have Mr. Ben Williams representing the county judge's appointee, Mr. Ramon Baca, Air Force veteran, Precinct 1, myself from Precinct 2, Ms. Aldina Hadger, our vice chair, and representing Precinct 3, and Mr. Robert Jeske, a Precinct 4. The purpose of the Veterans Advisory Board is to serve as a link between the El Paso veteran community and the El Paso County government. Board members are residents who volunteer their time, knowledge, and expertise of veterans' issues to gather information from the veteran community and identify gaps in the veteran services throughout the county and will assist in obtaining and coordinating community support for veterans. The board will also work with local veterans in obtaining assistance for veterans' needs. It is the Veterans Advisory Board's great pleasure to host the annual Veteran of the Year ceremony. The board members served as this year's judges and faced difficult challenge in selecting this year's Veteran of the Year. There were 19 nomination applications, and of those 19 applications, there were 2 veterans who were nominated multiple times by various veteran organizations in our community. I ask you to please rise as the Vietnam Veterans of America, Robert E. Chisholm, Chapter 844, with Commanding Officer Rudy Escajeda, present the colors and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem.
Color guard, halt, left, hey. Ready, set, hey. Order, hey. Right, hey. Forward, hey.
The invocation will now be given by Raul Castanilla, who goes by Bullet.
Will everybody please remove their covers and bow? Lord, we thank you for bringing us together to honor our Veteran of the Year. And also, let us not forget our fallen, our missing in action, our present, and our future veterans and their families. Lord, we stand here before you to give you thanks for everything you've done for this great nation. And hopefully we'll remember to remain one nation under you. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. We are delighted to have some special guests with us today. I would like to welcome the El Paso County Judge Ricardo Samaniego for being with us, the El Paso County Commissioners, distinguished members of the 82nd Benavides-Patterson Airborne Chapter, distinguished members of the Disabled Veterans of America Chapter 187, Chapter 10, and Chapter 165, the chairman of the El Paso Veterans Affairs Advisory Committee, Mr. Lance Lear, the director of the El Paso Veterans Affairs, Mr. Michael Amaral, and representing Texas Senator Blanco's office, Ms. Cassandra Urrutia, and also the previous Veteran of the Year winners and past and present nominees. Please join in a brief moment of silence for the veterans unable to join us in attendance today in defense of our freedoms. Thank you. At this time, Mr. Humberto Navarez of the Vietnam Veteran Chapter 54 will do the POW MIA table presentation, along with Mr. Baca.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, fellow veterans, and brothers and sisters. On behalf of the Vietnam Veteran Chapter 844, I'm going to do the POW MIA table. Since record was established until today, there are 83,000 prisoners of war that are missing in action. The POWs are missing in action. Those who were repatriated and were wounded not only have the memories, but also the scars, missing limbs, and other injuries. Also have the horrible memories of the comrades that were wounded or killed alongside of them in the heat of battle. And finally, those who are still missing in action, their whereabouts are only known to God. With that being said, I call your attention to the table set before you. This table represents the 5 branches of the United States military. It represents the United States Army, represents the United States Marine Corps, represents the United States Navy, represents the United States Air Force, and it represents the United States Coast Guard. This is our way of honoring those who are no longer among us. They're commonly known as POWs, MIAs. We call them brothers and sisters. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of our brothers and sisters to answer, with the intentions to answer our nation's call to arms. Then in this table, set for 5, there is a roll of barbed wire. This roll of barbed wire symbolizes a prisoner of war enclosure. It also symbolizes the fragility of our brothers and sisters alone against their captors, as they stare at this wire every day, wondering if they will ever come home again. Please, please remember that. And this table set for 5 is a holy book. This book symbolizes that no matter how bad it is for them, no matter if they're tortured, starved, or isolated, our brothers and sisters had not lost their faith in God. And in this table set for 5 is an American flag. It sits on the tri-corner form given to families of those who are after a funeral, the military funeral. Sorry for the delay. On this table set for 5, there is a burning candle. You didn't light it up because of the fire hazard. This burning candle symbolizes the light of hope that burns in our hearts, that our brothers and sisters will soon return. The candle also illuminates their way home, back home to the open arms of a grateful America. Please remember them. On this table set for 5, there's a vase with a red ribbon probably tied around it. This ribbon is similar to the red ribbon on the lapel of families who have loved ones missing in action throughout the world. And in this vase is a single rose. The red rose symbolizes the many families, loved ones of those who are still missing in action, as they demand a proper account for all those who are still missing. On each plate setting, there is a lemon and there is salt. The lemon symbolizes the bitter fate of our brothers and sisters against their captors. The salt symbolizes the many tears their families say they wait for their loved ones' return. The glasses are inverted. They are not here to toast with us tonight. The chairs are empty. They are not here. Please remember them, because surely they have not forgotten you. And we are, as veterans, remember them because in the heat of battle, we fought alongside of them, called them comrades, and depended on their courage and strength. Maybe because of their courage and strength, we are here, and they are not here because of their courage and strength. That's why we came home and they didn't. God bless our prisoners of war. God bless those still missing throughout the world. God bless the brave American men and women who are still to this day defending us in many places. God bless all of you tonight, and God bless the beautiful country we call the United States of America.
Thank you, Mr. Baca. The veterans of El Paso County mourn the sudden passing of Mr. John Ceballos. I'd like to bring our El Paso County Judge Samaniego forward to present a flag that was flown over the El Paso County Courthouse and certificate to Mr. Ceballos' daughter.
be saying a few words for Mr. Ceballos later. Just want to hope that it's a small token for a very difficult situation.
The El Paso County Veteran of the Year Award was created by Judge Samaniego in 2019 to highlight the great work of our veterans do and let our community know that we recognize and appreciate their continued service in our community. A Veteran of the Year is selected annually in honor of their military service and for the positive impact they have made in El Paso County. The first Veteran of the Year winner for the year 2019 was retired U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant Major Robert Way. Thank you for being here with us, Mr. Way. The COVID-19 pandemic limited our ability to celebrate the 2020 Veteran of the Year in the fashion we would have preferred. We were unable to formally recognize or congratulate our previous year's winner. The Veterans Advisory Board would like to take this time to thank this veteran for the work they have performed tirelessly in our community. He has shown true dedication in improving the mental health of our veteran community. I'd like to invite our 2020 Veteran of the Year, U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant Ismael Lopez, forward to be presented with your Veteran of the Year plaque.
Thank you very much. Thanks, sir. Thank you, sir.
At this time, we would also like to present certificates for the nominees that were submitted for the Veteran of the Year, but were not selected at this time. So if you are in attendance, please come forward to receive your certificate. For the people who are not in attendance, the certificates will be available at the County Veteran Assistance Northeast Annex. So please come forward when your name is called. Ms. Judy Ackerman. Mr. Ramon Borrego. Mr. Ruben Carrillo. Mr. Peter Flores. Could I have the county commissioners in attendance come forward to help congratulate the nominees as well, please?
Is Commissioner O'Gee somewhere? No? Okay. Commissioner Leon, Commissioner Stout. Commissioner Robinson, I'm sure would have loved to have been here. He's always, very, of course, veteran himself, and we're very honored to have him in our court. He wasn't able to make it, but I can tell you, if anybody wanted to be here, it would be Commissioner Robinson. Thank you.
Mr. Patrick Hernandez. Velton Locklear Jr. Mr. Late Lopez Jr.
Photographers over here.
Ramon Marquez. Tyrone Rawls. Jean Roberts. Rosalind Sarah Roger. Sierra Yuli Biari. Joe Vargas. Rodney Washington. That concludes our list of the 2021 Veteran of the Year nominees. Mr. Ben Williams, if you can come read the resolution for 2021, please.
Good morning, everybody. El Paso County, State of Texas Resolution. Whereas the Veteran Wall of Honor built in 2019, located at the Enrique Moreno County Courthouse, is a tribute to all veterans in our community who have served and defended this great nation throughout American history. And whereas we remember and honor those who fought and those who paid the ultimate sacrifice as prisoners of war, mission in action, or those we served in the following war conflicts: the Spanish-American War, World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Persian Gulf War, Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation New Dawn, and the Islamic State of Operation. And whereas El Paso was ranked one of the top 10 best places for veterans to live, which supports our mission to make El Paso the veterans capital of the United States. And whereas each year, El Paso County recognizes a veteran who, after their military service, continues to go above and beyond to give back to the community we all love and call home. The El Paso County Veterans of the Year will be celebrated throughout the community and will be recognized on El Paso County's Veterans Wall of Honor. And whereas the El Paso County has the utmost respect and pride for our veteran services, organizations, and thanks all of the veterans for proudly serving the El Paso community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the El Paso County Judge and the Commissioners declares retired Chief Warrant Officer David Garcia, United States Army, as the 2021-2022 El Paso County Veteran of the Year, signed this 8th day of November 2021.
At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Linda Mays, the El Paso County Hidden Hero spokesperson and Elizabeth Dole Foundation Fellow, to tell us a little bit more about Mr. Garcia.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending today. This very prestigious honor for Mr. Garcia, very well deserved. A little bit about him. CW2 retired David Garcia was born and raised in Gary, Indiana, and graduated from Horace Mann High School in 1975. He enlisted into the United States Army the same year. During his 20 years of service, he has attended many leadership courses which consist of BLC, PLC, Drill Sergeant Academy, and Warrant Officer courses as an automotive maintenance technician. CW2 retired David Garcia received numerous awards throughout his 20 years of service and was stationed in various states and countries such as Fort Stewart, Georgia, Korea, Fort Hood, Texas, Colombia, and Saudi Arabia during Desert Shield Desert Storm. He retired as a Chief Warrant Officer, too, from the United States Army in 1995. After retirement, he attended Savannah Technical School in Georgia and El Paso Community College, where he graduated in 1999 with an associate degree in applied science in automotive technology. CW2 David Garcia has been married to Mary C. Garcia for 21 years and has been blessed with 6 beautiful children, along with grandchildren. He joined the Disabled American Veterans Organization in 1999. He has devoted himself to fulfilling the promises to the men and women who have served this great nation. Throughout his 20 years, Mr. Garcia served as District 1 and Chapter Commander for several terms and was appointed as Department of Texas Legislation Chairman throughout the state of Texas and city of El Paso. He was selected by former Congressman Beto O'Rourke as part of his Veterans Advisory Committee as Chairman of the VA Claims and Appeals. He continues to serve in the Disabled American Veterans Organization, Northeast Chapter 187, Benefits Protection Team Leader, Chapter Judge Advocate, Senior Chapter Service Officer, and Senior Combat-Related Special Compensation Ambassador. Mr. Garcia has assisted numerous veterans, active duty members, dependents, and widows in applying for benefits that they are entitled to. CW2 retired David Garcia has participated in numerous veteran events and partnered with several community partners involved in advocating for veterans, families, and widows throughout the county and city of El Paso, Texas. Let's hear it from Mr. Garcia.
The COVID restrictions did not stop Mr. Garcia from assisting over 380 veterans during the past year. His innovative thinking enabled him to continue to connect with the veterans and family members during the pandemic. Mr. Garcia's expertise on veteran legislation and other veteran-related issues while working with numerous veteran organizations throughout the El Paso area has been intricate. Mr. Garcia was instrumental in advocating for the El Paso County Veterans Advisory Board to be supported by the local national veteran organizations, in which I would like to thank you for that as well, to improve our efforts in improving the quality of life for our veterans. Mr. Garcia has been very personable veteran and has always been easy to talk to and sure to have the answer to an array of veteran-related topics that you could ask. At this time, I'd like to invite Judge Samaniego forward to say a few words.
What an amazing event, and what a great opportunity to really thank all our veterans. But, most of all, it's just such an exciting opportunity that, when we see the reality of things, it hurts a little bit when we see the presentation of the table, but it reminds us, every single day. And I want to thank you because let's not use acronyms when we talk about, MIAs, or I remember somebody said, your brother's a DIA. And I said, pardon me? Yeah, he died in action. And it was such a hard feeling to know, 15 years old and trying to understand why somebody like my brother, who was a hero and had 3 children, helicopter pilot, went to Auburn University. How does this happen? And to process that, to try to understand that. But that's a lot of the passion that I now have, is that I want to make sure that we do honor them. And I always think about, how will he feel? How would he have felt if he came here? So we have amazing, distinguished guests, our previous winners, Chief Warrant Officer Garcia. I mean, this is just an amazing person. And, we also honor John Ceballos today because he was exemplary of someone who had been in the military, had been very successful, and then he decides to put all that energy into service. And the daughter, just to understand the pain of seeing someone like that. It's painful for us, I can imagine, for the family. So we wish the family, all the best, and know that our prayers are with her. Right now, Nicole is saying, stay on script, stay on script. Make sure you thank everybody. But I want to talk a little bit about, when we started this idea of the unity of our veterans. And of course, commissioners, that we have them here today, and I recognize them as very supportive to everything that we do. And so I thank them for that kind of support. But the wall was something, when I came in, we were trying to unify and get people to come together. And we couldn't figure out what the best way would be. And I was talking to one of the generals, General Medlock, and he was saying that maybe by missions, and that way we get everyone involved, and we don't separate. We knew that everybody had a mission, and everybody did amazing things, so we don't give more credit to another than to another. So this is our representation. As you could see, the amazing sponsors that are on this wall. And the idea was also to recognize the incredible, each one of the winners, and I don't know if winners or we recognize them, and we know so many. And I've said before, you want to try something difficult? Try to choose the right veteran. For the advisory, Alexis, Ben, and the rest of the members, try to do that. And you can imagine, with all when you read the resumes and all the honors that they've had, so very difficult situation. But we get one to exemplify what everybody else does. They go to war, or they're veterans, not necessarily had to go to war, but they're ready to go to war if they need to. And then they decide to use that leadership and that training that was so intense for them. Wouldn't you want that person? Wouldn't you want that person in your community? And that's what we have. Some amazing veterans that come into our community and do all these great things for us, and they keep using that sense of service. And I think that they would be exemplary that we continue to do that. We respect, and we have to open doors. I always tell the story that I was in the audience, and I said, we are a veteran-friendly community. And man, I thought, wow, well, that's a pretty cool thing to say, right? Somebody comes up to me and says, you know what veteran-friendly means? That you're going to have a cup of coffee and talk about stuff. Don't use that word. We don't want to be just friendly, but we want to be ready for any need that they have, and not only needs that they have, but opportunities to open up their opportunity to serve. I think most veterans are looking for that opportunity, and it's up to us to give them that opportunity to do so. And so we thank, we're very proud of what we're trying to accomplish here in the county. Carl, and we're very proud of the number of veterans that we have supporting the Veterans Parade. All the Veterans Parades that we had this year, so that we can continue to do something very powerful. One of my best honors, I think it's going to be my being the honorary marshal of the Sanelli Veterans Parade is like, ooh, I mean, this is like the highlight. Well, not Jefferson High School, then, the veterans. So I'm still very proud of that fact. And of course, I'd like to thank, I want to make sure, because Nicole's over here telling me, make sure that, one, that we were chosen as the top 10 best cities for veterans to live. I want to make that, I don't want it to be some moniker, right, that we say that that's what we do. I want it to be real. And that's why, I've been really pushing hard. I've talked to a lot of people. I need your help. This has to be the veterans, capital of the U.S. El Paso. We have one of the most technological advanced hospitals in the country, if not in the world. We have Fort Bliss. We have veterans that it doesn't end, the type of veterans that live here with us. And this would be, what an honor. And then it would force us, right, when veterans would come in and say, okay, this is the veterans capital, what do you do for veterans? And then we'll make every effort to make sure that we've earned that name to be able to say that. We started with a survey because we were too quick to think that we knew what veterans wanted. And that survey, we decided, would be a survey where they tell us, and we're still working hard at it. And I'm asking Alexis and Ben and the rest of the members to make sure that we address that. Because it's easy to be able to say, that we have a survey, but you now have to execute. There's some people here that I'd like to thank. Rick Romero with the UTEP Athletics Department and Oscar Arrieta with Allstate, a corporate sponsor for UTEP, will be recognizing Mr. David Garcia at UTEP's football game, which would be quite an honor, on November 20th through their Hometown Hero program. I'd also like to mention Ben Williams, owner of Exit Realty, and my veteran board appointment will also be sponsoring a billboard to help recognize Mr. Garcia. Linda Mays from the Elizabeth Dole Foundation has done such an amazing job of helping with everything that has to do with veterans. And I thank you all once again we still have a couple of days. We've got the real November the 11th to honor our veterans. And I hope that this is sort of like a start. I want to thank all the veterans in the audience, but also the people that support the veterans. And we need to be extremely conscientious of what they had to do. When we look over here and there's people missing, I can tell you as someone who missed someone, you're never the same, but I did something different. I wasn't your typical person headed to valedictorian. And something happened when he died that I said, you know what? I'm never going to allow my brother to die in vain. If my life changes, it's going to be because of him, and I'm going to honor him. I think if we did that for every veteran that passed and every veteran that didn't get to come home, that we do something spectacular because of them. I also want to thank you. If you have an opportunity, I always throw this in. It's my promotion of the Healing Garden. The Healing Garden is a place for everyone. It was brought about because 23 people were killed, but it's not a memorial. It's a place to remind us that we can move forward and we can do incredible things. So every time I hear that someone used the Healing Garden, hopefully a veteran that's going through a difficult time can sit there. It's very beautiful, water features, everything that you need to be in a very relaxed, meditative state to be able to move forward. I had my whole family there. My sister was very ill, and we got the whole family. My mom and dad had 40 grandkids, and so you can imagine. So we had about 50 of us show up at the Healing Garden in honor of my sister. And so please use the Healing Garden as a place for unity and healing. And I thank every single veteran that's here today. Let's never, ever underestimate their capacity and their ability to be the impetus for great things to happen in our community. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to invite our guest speaker, the El Paso County Veteran Service Officer, Mr. Carl Dwyer, to say a few words.
Good morning. Good morning. These are veterans, right? This is Veterans Day. This is not Memorial Day. This is Veterans Day, all right? This is a celebration, okay? This is not a solemn event. Veterans Day is our day to celebrate and be proud of those that have served, that will serve, and everything they've done. So we want to be happy today, okay? So happy Veterans Day, happy Veterans Week, happy Veterans Month. And like I always like to say, we're in El Paso County, where every day is Veterans Day. We just don't think about this on 11/11. We think about this 365 days a year. And as I look around the room, many of the people present, you heard of the nominees, but there's a lot of people in this room that could have been nominated that do great and wonderful things each and every day for veterans. Nicole, it's going to be hard for me to stay on script because I don't have one. Sergeant Major just going to shoot from the hip. All right. I would like y'all to join me. Tomorrow is, do y'all know what tomorrow is? The Marine Corps birthday. So I'd like all the Marines present to stand up to be recognized. And I would like all those here in attendance to join me in singing happy birthday to our Marine Corps Veterans President and to tomorrow, the 246th birthday of the Marine Corps. So please join me in that. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marine. Happy birthday to you. Hoorah. Congratulations. Now, that was hard for me to do as a 31-year career Army soldier. Now join me in singing the Army song. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm going to repeat some of the stuff the judge said. He's already thanked the VAB. We really like to thank the VAB does this day in and day out. Every month they meet to go over the gaps, the things, the assessment. This room right over here where Mr. Williams is standing. Consider this your open invite every second Tuesday of the month at 1300. That's military time, 1 o'clock for you civilians. You can join us in that room to get after the stuff that we're trying to get after to continue to make El Paso County the veterans capital of the world. This is your open invitation. You don't need an email, you don't need a phone call, you don't need a calendar invite. You are welcome. Those doors are open for you to come in and voice your concerns and to be heard. So you heard it straight from me. The judge also talked about the report. If you haven't seen it, I printed about 60 copies. I put it on the back table back there. If you haven't had a chance to read it, I think it ran in the paper and online last week. And it talked about us, the city, ranking in the top 10 of best places for veterans to live. And this report, man, how many phones are going to go off today? Man, we're like 30, 40 minutes in, and we still got, Sergeant Major coming out. I'm sorry, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. Stay focused, Sergeant Majors. The report looked at a lot of variables, and it's the same thing we talk about over in that room each and every month. It talks about economic wellness for veterans. It talks about employment and employability of not only veterans, but also veterans dependent and spouses, getting them jobs, things that the VAB and the VAC are talking about, hiring percentages. We're great to say here in El Paso County and the city, I think for like umpteen years running, we've been recognized as an organization that hire, a high percentage, at least 10% of veterans. Number 3 is the availability of VA benefits. That's one of the things they look at. That was the number 1 gap on the needs assessment, the availability of VA benefits and access and claims. But I'll tell you, as somebody who's been doing this job for 2 years, it's all about education. We have to educate those that are not connected, those that are not in this room, that don't know how to get to those resources. We got to get them connected to those resources so that we can take care of them. The number's going down on veteran suicides. I think as of last year, it is now down to 17 a day instead of 22 a day. It's down to 17 a day. 17 veterans a day and 2 active duty soldiers a day. But we still got to keep going until we get that down to 0, because that is still unacceptable. And I truly believe that if we get these veterans intercepted, and connected into the resources that many of you represent and the organizations that many of you represent, that number is going to go totally away. It's going to vanish. It talks about veteran quality of life, housing, transportation. We're working on that now. You probably saw it. I saw it on halftime during the game on Sunday. We had a veteran dependent that's trying to get to the new William Beaumont Army Medical Center right now. There's no bus transportation to the new facility. We got to fix that. We got to fix that. We're going to fix that. Chief is going to fix that. He don't know it yet, but Chief is going to fix that. But no, we're going to fix that. We're already talking about that. I think the veteran family for bringing that to our attention should have been something that was planned in the building of a facility like that. You know, it just goes to show forethought, but we will fix it. The veteran voice have been heard, and, you know, we will address that, and you can best believe that the county, the city, the VAB, and the VAC will continue to address that until it's taken care of. I want to plant two seeds. You know, if I was king for a day, the judge might get on me for saying this, and my raider, Betsy, might get on me for saying this over there, but I'm going to say it anyway. Two things I want to put in your forethought of what we're trying to do. If I was king for a day, we want a veteran resource center, a consolidated resource center to where all vets know that you can go to that one place and get all concerns and issues taken care of. And we plan to do that. That's on our strategic, or on the county strategic plan, and we've got to put actions behind words because that's one of the gaps that we have. We have a lot of resources, but they're disjointed. They're all over the place, all over the city, all over the county. We want to try to put that under one umbrella, so you know if you go to that one grid point, that 10-digit grid, you're going to get taken care of. So we look to do that. We're also looking to continue to try to work on veteran homelessness. I don't know if the Opportunity Center is here, but I will put in a plug. They're looking to build a new veteran transition living center, a $2 million facility that is going to help to house our veterans, get them off the street, and have a place to put a roof over their head. So we're going to be asking for help for that, because that's going to be about $2 million. And I think at last count we're probably about $1 million short. Okay, so I know we can do it when we come together. You know, we came together, the county, not the county, but the organizations came together, and we got that flagpole up. I want to thank Flag Across Americas for that, because every time you pass by that flag, and hopefully you're going to be out there Thursday to take a look at it, that's going to be another great event, another great ceremony. I mean, it does something to you. You know, it makes you really proud to be a veteran. Even though the flag, and I'll speak for Tony, I don't know if he's here, but he always says it, even though the flag is in the Northeast, that flag represents every veteran within this county. So please be proud, because that flag represents everybody. VA hospital, I think the director of the VA is here. We got a new VA hospital coming. It's much needed. Hopefully it's going to be out there co-located with the William Beaumont Army Medical Center. But we're doing great things here. And when veterans read, believe me, veterans are watching. Soldiers that are getting ready to transition are watching and listening. They're deciding on where they want to go, where they want to take their families. And we want El Paso to be one of those destinations of choice. And we've got a lot of work to do, but we are going to get there. We are getting there, and we are doing a lot of things. So with the help of people like you in this room, I just ask you to continue to challenge us, continue to show up, and help us get to that goal. Last thing I want to talk about is Mr. Garcia, Chief. You know, I was thinking about him. He called me this morning at 6:30. He called me. I had just got through doing my PT. I was just coming in from my run. He told me he was just getting out of the bed. And I said, "What's going on, Chief?" "It's our major. I want to do this." And I said, "Okay, Chief, all right, calm down. We going to get there. We going to get there." You know, in the Army, we do promotions, and promotions are based on mainly two things: performance and potential. Performance and potential. You know, you're really selected off of that, but the Army promotes you on potential. And I want to say, when we put your picture up on this wall, yeah, it's about past performance, but it's also about potential and what we expect you to do going forward. You know, the pandemic has kind of kept us, you know, handcuffed in what we can and couldn't do, but we're coming out of that. And I know, Chief, along with our previous selectees, honorees, we want to stay busy. We want to keep you involved. We want you to speak up. So when you say it, and I am the El Paso County Veteran of the Year, people know that you do truly represent and you care for veterans, okay? So that performance and potential, continue to do great things. 2022, yeah, it's going to be a great year. We've got a lot of good things that we've already got planned, and I can't wait to get after. If you want to get involved, please reach out to the County Veterans Office, the City Government Veterans Office, and our VAB and our VAC, so that we can do some great things. The first meeting is today at 1300 in that room. You are more than welcome to eat some of the food over there. The salmon is great. Believe me, I've already had a few pieces while I was over there snacking. The salmon tastes great. But come back, come out, get involved. Don't just talk about it, be about it. And if we're not doing what we're supposed to do, please hold our feet to the fire so we can be part of the solution and not the problem. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for coming out here today. Thank you for being a part of this. And most of all, to the veterans, thank you for your service to this country. Thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for everything you've done. So thank you once again. Oh, I'm sorry. One more. I think we missed somebody. Homegrown, Command Sergeant Major, Fort Bliss Garrison, Command Sergeant Major Gerardo Gomez. Sergeant Major, if you can come on up front, please. What class were you, Sergeant Major? 63, oh, young guy, class 59. Fort Bliss Command Sergeant Major, I'd like to thank him for being here, and I think he had a few words he wants to say in a presentation he wants to make to the Chief Warrant Officers. Sergeant Major, this is what we had to do to get the Chief to show up from a formation, so here he is.
Thanks, Sergeant Major, appreciate you. Awesome. First of all, thank you all for the invite to be here. It's a great honor on behalf of Major General Bernabe and Command Sergeant Major Williams, Colonel Brady, myself, and the entire Fort Bliss and Fort Bliss community. We appreciate all of your efforts to make this happen, to put this together. This is a big deal. It is a large event, the veteran event of today, really, because we have an entire week full of events. But we're really here to honor you for your service, sir. Thank you, Chief, for what you've done for the community, for wearing the uniform for 20 years plus, and what you did for the service of our country. And you know, once you hang up the uniform, doesn't mean you stop serving, and you epitomize that. You show us what it is to serve every day. Put on a different kind of jacket, you know, something that's a little bit more comfortable sometimes, but you continue to serve and you continue to lead the way. So we really appreciate you, and I just do have a small token that I want to hand you from. You know, the Sergeant Major was correct. We did get a chief to show up to formation, so I think that's an accomplishment for us. But it's in the. But if you'd step up, I just want to hand you, from one soldier to another, our Fort Bliss Garrison coin. Thank you, sir, for all that you've done and what you continue to do. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. We're going to be tough on you because we're worn out.
I hear you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you all very much for having us. Have a great day. Thank you.
Fortunately, this is not like the Oscars. You can actually come back if you miss people. So I have Sheriff Wiles is back there. Thank you for being here. What a gentleman, and thanks to keeping us safe. Betsy, thank you for being here and your team. Chief back there, Martinez, who will be retiring. We're still trying to figure out how to, we're trying to find pictures, anything to blackmail him so that he will not leave, and we haven't. So thank everyone here. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but if I did, I apologize. But these two are very, very important in the county's affairs. Thank you.
Next, I would like to invite Ms. Cassandra Urrutia, representing Texas Senator Cesar Blanco, District 29.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to move these really quickly. I do have a script, so I'm going to stick to it. It is such an honor to be here with you all, and it's so good to see everybody in person for this year's Veteran of the Year award ceremony. Every veteran who has served our country deserves to be honored and celebrated, but there are some veterans who go above and beyond their call of duty, even when they are no longer in service. Chief Warrant Officer 2, David Garcia, is one of those exemplary veterans. That is why Senator Blanco also nominated him for the Veteran of the Year award. Mr. Garcia has devoted himself to fulfilling promises made to the men and women who have served this great nation. Y'all have already heard some of these highlights, but I'm going to go over them again because of how amazing they are. Through his 20 years of service, Mr. Garcia received numerous awards, was stationed in countless different states and countries, and attended many leadership courses. After retiring from the United States Army in 1995, he now continues to serve his country through his work for veterans. Mr. Garcia's brilliant and knowledgeable advocacy has helped countless veterans in our region. When chapter operations for the Disabled Veterans of America organization was shut down due to COVID-19, Mr. Garcia continued to provide assistance to over 380 individuals that needed help with their VA claims. A few of them that we sent to him, some of our constituents, and he was always so happy and gracious to help. He also collected and donated over 7,000 masks and 5,000 gloves to provide the VA clinic with the PPE that they needed to keep their operations going. Mr. Garcia's continued service has bettered the quality of life for countless veterans, family members, and widows. His advocacy will be recognized and celebrated for years to come on the county's Veteran Wall of Honor. CW2 David Garcia, thank you for your service to our country. You are a vital leader in our community and truly deserve the title Veteran of the Year. If you could step up, I would like to present you on behalf of State Senator Cesar Blanco and the great state of Texas, this congratulatory congratulatory resolution filed by the Senate in honor of this momentous occasion. Thank you so much, Chief. Thank you. Thank you all.
Before we get to hear from Mr. Garcia, we would like to take this time to say a few thank yous ourselves. So we would like to thank the veteran organization that provided the POW MIA table as well as the presentation of the flags. So if Mr. Baca, if you can come forward, Judge, County Commissioners, if you can come forward to present them with the certificate of appreciation, please.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Let me go. Turn it. Just one more second. Commissioner? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Refreshments are provided for us today here by the Elizabeth Dole Foundation, so we do want to give a great thank you for them for that today. And as we are also thanking, we do want to take some time to point out that Mr. Garcia's family has been a great support for him, and we would like to give them a token of our appreciation to thank Mr. Garcia's wife for her time and her sacrifice and being so generous with Mr. Garcia and his time to us. So we do have a small token of appreciation to give to you, Mrs. Garcia. Thank you. So without any further ado, the 2022 Veteran of the Year, Mr. David Garcia.
Ooh, Lordy. It's been a long journey, my brothers and sisters. But good morning to all. Today's a very special day of recognition for those veterans who committed themselves for all of us. But before I begin, I'd like to thank God for His grace and many blessings in life, health, and the opportunity to gather, to recognize several veterans, their commitment and support of the veteran community, the county, and the city of El Paso. I especially would like to thank my wife, Mary, daughters, my sons, my grandchildren, for putting up with me these years. And been involved with the DAV and other organizations. This recognition would not have been accomplished without family support. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank County Judge Samaniego, County Commissioners and staff, County Veteran Advisory Committee for conducting this outstanding recognition award and having the honors of selecting me as your 2021-2022 El Paso County Veteran of the Year and recognizing my wife for her support. It's important to recognize those who nominated me for this prestigious award: State Senator Cesar Blanco and staff, President of the MOA Texas Chapter 5, Colonel Michael Hester, and in the boards of directors, and especially my DAV Chapter 187 Commander, Steve Welch, and all the members of our organization of all three chapters. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart for entrusting and having confidence in me, working with others in accomplishing our mission and assisting our veteran brothers in the community and sisters in the community, in the county and the city of El Paso during this pandemic. My congratulations to those veterans who were recognized today and those who were nominated for this award. For your commitment supporting our veteran community, I'd like to thank all the VIPs, and I'm gonna name a few. First one is my past department commander from Disabled American Veterans, Juan Reese Jr. He's a supporting factor of all the DAV and what we do. Juan, thank you very much. I also want to thank a special young lady that has helped me in many claims when it comes to military sexual trauma, Sabina Rangel Reyes. Where you at, Sabina? Okay. She's helped me in numerous MST cases, which now the female veteran is receiving her disabilities. I'm going to invite, I can't leave out these two gentlemen, Don Watson and Pete Bias. Both my brothers. I'm not going to say too much, but we had a great time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And many more that I would like to name, but there's so many. And I want to thank all my veteran brothers from Vietnam, from Korea War veterans, and things like that. I also want to thank the American Legion, the VFW, of course our DAV, and not only, but other VSOs in the city and in the county for all your support when it comes to legislative concerns. It's a big part of our movement. The Veteran Service Organization continue your mission, even though this pandemic now it's time to recover. Provide the services to our veteran community safely, and work together to accomplish each other's mission. I also like to recognize, too, the VA clinic. Mr. Amaral, you and your staff has done a tremendous job during this pandemic, providing the services that we needed during this harsh time. But you guys kept us safe, and we continue to get the provided services we need. And we want to thank you there, sir. Like I said, there's many more I can thank in this room, but to tell you the honest God truth, it's an honor for me to share this award with all of you. It's just not about me. It's about all of us. And together, working together, we will prevail. And this is what it's all about. With Sergeant Major Dreyer stated, working together, we will prevail. And I will do my best to speak on every veteran family member as my turn as your Veteran of the Year. I will represent and I will speak on your behalf strongly. Our battles, my veteran brothers and sisters, never end. And all that said, I am proud to wear the Disabled American Veterans cap. I want to wish all of you a happy Veterans Day. God bless you and be safe. And most of all, God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Mr. Garcia, if I could have you come back up, please. County Judge, County Commissioners. Oh, no, we actually want to present the actual, the actual award.
Read that, or? Yes, this is the 2022 El Paso County Veteran of the Year, Chief Warrant Officer 2 David Garcia, U.S. Army retired, for going above and beyond your call of action and continue to serve and give back to the El Paso community. We are forever grateful for your service. El Paso County Commissioners Court, November 9th, 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Oh, okay. Come on, Ms. Lex. Yeah. One more.
Can we get one more? Just now, Mr. Wade, could y'all join, please? We would love to have that picture also.
Okay, Judge, I'm right behind you. You're right in hand.
Thank you. Thank you.
This concludes today's Before we conclude, we would like to take a moment to recognize Mr. Lopez's girlfriend for her support as well, for everything that she has done to get Mr. Lopez to be nominated and to see him win it as well. So, Ms. Naomi, will you come forward, please? So ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. We invite you to help us congratulate and celebrate the Veteran of the Year and join us for refreshments over here as well. Thank you for joining us today. Have a good day.